Hey everyone, welcome back to John's Watch. Today I'm taking a look at a new game called Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. This game was released on Steam on September 8th, 2020. Its trigger price is $35.99 US, or your regional equivalent, and it's developed by Kaiko and Big Huge Games and published by THQ Nordic. So this is a remastered version of the original Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. So the original version came out in 2012. This is just a remastered version of it, not a remake. Very little has changed in the remaster. So in terms of gameplay changes, they added a new difficulty level, which is very hard. And the rest of the changes are just balancing issues. In the original version, you could quite easily over-level areas. You could out-level yourself quite easily. They just tweaked it a little bit. And the graphics have been improved a little bit. It's quite a cartoony kind of world. I always think it looks very much like World of Warcraft, the graphics. So they're quite lucky with this graphic style. It doesn't need to be changed too much, because it already looks very nice. And the original looked fine. I actually played the original for the very first time earlier this year, back in like January, February, and it was fine. It's a fine game. So I streamed about 2 hours of this on Twitch. If you want to catch those, find me at twitch.tv/SirJohnSnow. Like I said, I was fairly familiar with the game from having played it from earlier this year, and the gameplay is very much the same. Plays exactly like the older one. Just it looks slightly better. Obviously, since this has come out, you can no longer buy the original version. If you had the original version on Steam, you could get this one for 50% off. If you bought it within the first 2 weeks, it says this ends 22nd of September, you could get an extra 10% off, so 10% launch discount and 50% discount for existing owners. If you hadn't played the original, like it had been available on Steam for 8 years. I think it was only available on like PS3 and Xbox 360, so for like current gen stuff, this is the one to go for. But honestly, if you hadn't bought the original on Steam before now, it went down to like $5 in sales at various points. You're probably still not going to be interested in this one. So how is it? If you don't know what the game is, it's a single-player fantasy RPG. It feels to me very much like a single-player MMO. It's a lot like WoW. The towns look a ton like WoW. I'm gonna hopefully get back to the starting town in a moment so we can have a look at it. But yeah, it's just a single player MMO, basically. I killed those people. That was me. And it's fine. Like, I played 11 hours of the original earlier this year, and that was enough for me. As I was playing it, I found myself just wanting to play Oblivion, and at the 11th hour, I was like, I think I'm just going to play Oblivion instead. So I did, and I played like 40-50 hours of Oblivion, and it was great. But if I'd played this in 2012, when it first came out, I think I would have been like really sucked into it. I think I would have really enjoyed it. So yeah, this is like the tavern in the starting village. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems very World of Warcraft to me. Got to hand in a quest to some fella up here. Hello. Now there's a bit of a bug with this fella's face. Let me know if you notice it.
You're back.
That's me, not him.
And it's thanks to you. Please.
You might have noticed what's going on with his eyes. That might be intentional. They might have intentionally just given this character a lazy eye. I don't think so. I think this is probably just a strange bug with his eyes that I don't remember there being in the original, and no other character I've come across has had eyes like this. But I could just be being an asshole and making fun of a character who just happens to have a lazy eye. We'll never know. So I've seen some of the reviews saying that they notice a significantly worse performance in this remastered version than the original. I can't say I've seen the same. I've had a stable 60 FPS the whole time I'm playing. Everything's very responsive, no lag spikes or anything. The only thing I've noticed is quite long loading times. which is quite surprising because this is installed on SSD. That one wasn't too bad, but I think it's if you come out of somewhere back into the open world, I was getting quite long loading screens. Yeah, it had a patch today, and I think it might have improved them. But when I was streaming yesterday, as of the time of recording, the loading screens were surprisingly long for being on an SSD. Anyway, here's the opening town. I'm a rogue. You can get your equipment. You can change your primary and secondary weapons. So I've gone for spooky daggers. I've got a very cool bow that I'm using. All your armors all together in armor like this. The set I've got right now has a set bonus, which I always like. I like those kinds of things. Change your rings. I've got the same rings. You get your quests from the main menu. There's a skill tree. There's 3 different skill trees. So because I'm a rogue thief kind of character, I'm doing the finesse skill tree. I've been putting all my skills into dagger mastery. Makes sense. You got a sorcery skill tree and a might skill tree, like strength or whatever. So I will be ignoring those 2 and just filling out this skill tree mostly. And you can also equip destinies. So when you start out, you're a fateless one. 0 in requirements, no bonuses. Then when you basically get your first level, you get these 3 here. And so I put all my stuff into finesse, so I can use this thing and I get all these bonuses. If you'd done the other 2, you'd get those ones. And there's a bunch more that you'll get later on, so I need to get to 11 finesse to be able to use this one. There's also helpful hotkeys that you can press I to go right to your inventory, press L to go to your quests. So I was in the middle of this quest here. We can press M to open our map. See, I am right here. I'm edge elf. I'm an edgy elf. That's my character. I have to go over here. So I could walk along here. The map reveals as you go there. Or I can go to the world map. And I haven't found that yet. But I can fast travel somewhere slightly closer. That might be a little bit closer. And that'll just be a shorter walk there. There we go. That was a nice loading screen. He doesn't know I'm here. Sneak attack! Get fucked, bear. Easy shit. Absolutely destroyed. And this game has quite a strange camera system. You'll see next time we get into combat. Here we go. Let's just get it. There we go. So the camera just... It doesn't really follow you. It zooms you super far out. And then if you like run to the edge of the screen, the camera's just like, that's fine, you're just gonna leave the screen. It's a very strange camera choice. I don't like it. Took me ages to get used to it the first time I played it. And I didn't really get used to it, I guess. And so this is the game, really. Like World of Warcraft, you can get to towns and just grab a shitload of side quests. You know, skip through all the dialogue because there's a lot. It's all voiced as well, which is quite good. You can, like an Elder Scrolls game, you can get to the main quest and then just not do it, which is always fun. It really does let you do your own thing, which I quite appreciate. There's persuasion system in the dialogue, so you can solve things through combat, you can solve things through dialogue. It gives you a lot of choice, which is quite good. It's like I said, it's fine. That was the main thing I was thinking the first time I played it, the original, earlier this year. I was just thinking, this is fine. For 2020, especially. Like I said, if I'd played this in 2012, I think I would have been a huge fan of it, honestly. Because I would have probably been bored of Skyrim by that point. I would have finished my first playthrough in 2011, and I've been looking for something a bit different, and this would have been amazing. So when you level, you get 1 skill point to put it into any of these skills. I've been working on stealth, but I've filled up these 4, so I need to be level 8 to keep going in stealth, so I have to do something else. Maybe persuasion? Yeah, just go for a bit more persuasion. Fuck it. Confirm. And I get 3 more skill points for my finesse tree. I believe the circle skills are active skills and the square ones are passive ones. So let's try and get my first active skill. Let's put 3 points into Shadow Flare. Then next level I can finish it off. Stick with Rogue there. And then I think go to abilities and oh, it's already assigned there. So you can like drag them around if you want. So I leave that there. Just need to find some combat. We'll just assign it with 1 or 2. So now if I right click, I will do this magic thing. Hope I find an enemy. I did not find an enemy, I just found this hut. It also looks like there's some more, some new DLC coming for this version of the game. If you buy the Fate edition on Steam or whatever platform you're on, it'll come with the DLC. I actually have no idea which version I have here, but I'm sure it's fine. The base version comes with all the previously released DLC, but then there is new DLC coming, which might like hint at a sequel, maybe? I assume this whole remaster thing is to see if people are interested in the Kingdoms of Amalur franchise. And I said this a lot on the stream yesterday, but I think this game in particular would be a ton of fun with small scale co-op. So like I don't want it to be an MMO. I would love it to be like 4-player co-op. 4-player online co-op. You can have your friends hang out in your world. I think that would be really fun. I believe the original plan was for this to kind of be like a prequel to an MMO version of Kingdoms of Amalur, but I don't think it did very well. I think the original company went out of business or something. Magic. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where the series goes from this point. Hey, he lived. I didn't kill that poor man. Excellent. But anyway, it's fine. Like I said, it's totally fine. If you really want more single-player fantasy RPGs, you could do a lot worse than Kingdoms of Amalur, honestly. This is the version to go for now. If you quite like the idea of World of Warcraft but you didn't want to play with other people, this is quite a good replacement for that. It's very much just a single-player World of Warcraft. Overall, the Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning game, I think, is fine. The remaster, it's okay. The patch, like the change list for what the remaster adds really does read like a fan-made mod. You know, slightly improves some graphics and fixes level scaling. And that's mostly it. So it's kind of a bit iffy to recommend, but it is the only version you can buy nowadays. So if you like the look of the game, you have to get the new version. Anyway, there you go. That was a look at Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!